Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today you're going to see me working with this planner. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today you're going to see me working with this planner. It's been a long time that I just don't create a video working with my homeschool planner. But I decided to do it today. I think it's a good time to do it. I have shown you guys how I work with the planner that I usually use when I am on the go, when we are doing a lot of schooling. But today I decide to work with this planner, show you guys how I work with this planner. So it's been a long time. I decided to do it today. If you notice, I've been working with it a little by little. There's some pages that I didn't even decide to write on it because I have my other planner, which is the one that we use when we are doing schooling. And what I do is I mostly write on that other planner, and I can show you guys. But usually what I do is when we are doing homeschool, I use this planner, and I tend to plan when I am going to prepare for something that requires for us to use maybe YouTube, or I would like to add another type of material. I like to plan on this one because it has a little bit more of a space, and it allows me to just being able to plan better with more space. But I still use a lot the other planner because it's the one that is a compact planner. Is by A Simple Plan by Mardell, and it's easy for me to carry it, and it's easy for me to do stuff with the other planner. Usually what I do is I make note on the other planner, and then I pass them to this planner if we are doing in that week a lot of schooling. If not, I am just making the plans on this one. So let me just go to the page, which is here. I have it marked already. If you notice, I've been just making notes of everything in here. Our schedule is been changing compared to how I had it the last time. So you can see here some of the stuff is still the same, and the daily rhythm pretty much is still the same. It's just some of the things I've changed a little bit. I just tweaked them a little bit. As well, I have done weekly goals and notes. Sometimes I put some little pictures in here. I haven't put nothing for this week, but that's how it goes. We've been working well with the materials. Some of them we are a little bit playing catching up with them because it's been taking us time. So some of them are science, as well America's Story. You guys know the reason I created a video and I expressed something about America's Story 1. I am going to create a whole video about America's Story because I would like to share something that I noticed. My son, while he's been working with the program, he is expressing that he's not enjoying it as much. So I would like to just give you an update on that as soon as I have the time. But that video is coming very soon. As well, we've been working with primary mathematics. If you don't see anything for this past week, it's because I decided to purchase the home teacher guide, and I decided to do that because I want to make sure that he's understanding and that I am explaining everything well when it comes to multiplication, because I noticed that he's having a little bit of trouble remembering the facts. I've been trying to do it with the skip counting and everything else, and it's just not going well. So I would like to make sure that I can benefit from the ideas that probably the teacher guide is including. So I ordered those. It's gonna take a time because I purchased those books used. And if you hear me that my voice goes a little bit off, it's because I have my dog in here, Moonlight, and she's just not staying calm. She's a puppy. She has 9 months, and she likes to play. So that's probably you see the camera moving. She's trying to maybe go play with her. So here I have how we've been working with our past week. We are still working with America's Story. Yes, we are. And we're still working with primary mathematics. Since we haven't been working with primary mathematics for this week because I am expecting to receive that teacher guide soon. We've been working with Simply Good and Beautiful, and you're probably going to say, I don't understand. You just said not too long ago that Simply Good and Beautiful is not working. It's true that, but I think that because he's been working with primary mathematics for some reason, I noticed that it's been helping him with the Simply Good and Beautiful. And that's how I know the primary mathematics, in fact, is working. But he's been working very well with the Simply Good and Beautiful. We just did one lesson and it went very well. So we're going to continue until I receive that home teacher guide for primary mathematics, and we continue with primary mathematics. If at some point we can finish Simply Good and Beautiful to see if that will help us a little bit more, that will be fine. But for right now, I would like to receive those teacher guides from primary mathematics to see how we're going to do. Do I plan to continue with primary mathematics? We still don't know. He saw a math program that he was interested in. I am not quite sure if I am going to combine that with primary mathematics, since I see that primary mathematics in fact is working, or if I would like to decide to just continue with that other program and just give it a try to see as well. And I am not quite sure because I am trying to simplify what we're doing, and that's one of my priorities right now. I would like to simplify because we do a lot of card schooling, and it's just impossible when you're doing card schooling and at the same time trying to work with so many programs, and we have to carry the books. Our books gets a little bit damaged when we are doing card schooling. They tend to fold on the edges, and it's something that I don't like, especially if I am going to resell those books. But either way, I would like to just start working with a planner. That's what you guys probably are here for. So we have here that I am going to start with Bible. I add here reading and spelling. You can hear my dog probably on the background. Here I will add as well grammar and writing. Here I will like to add math, history and geography, history and geography. Here I will add science and electives. And that's how I usually have the planner organized, and I like it that way because it's easy for me to understand. Here we have Monday. We continue Tuesday, Wednesday, Moonlight, come here. Come on, girl. I am trying to get my puppy out of trouble. Here I have Thursday and Friday. And if you're following me on Instagram, you probably can see my dog on Instagram. I have posted some pictures on my stories. She's biting on the wire from my camera, which is not good. So I would like to just add in here extra materials. And web size. Okay, any material that I need, I add in here. If we are going to be working with YouTube, I add it here as well. We've been working with the Bible Made Easy. That's what we've been doing, and we are about to finish this book. I am so happy, and here it is. If you notice what I just expressed about card schooling, when I just pack the books, they just tend to get a little bit damaged, so I have to figure out a way where I can keep those books intact. But We've been working very well with this book, The Bible Made Easy, and we are on page 262, 263. I usually give a review. We already went through 263, but I always like to give a review when we start the next week. I would like to just start all over again with that same page, just as a review, and then we will continue with the rest, correct? So I have in here the parables of Jesus in Luke, and that's what I am going to add here. So I add the Bible Made Easy. Bible Made Easy. I will add the pages. So I will start with 263. If I notice that it makes a lot of reference to be looking for verses in the Bible, I just make sure that I just add one page in here and I don't add more than that, because I like to go through the Bible, okay, as it is suggested. But if it's not, then I keep moving towards the next page. Example, here you see that it's saying Luke 15:3 till 7, Luke 15:8 till 7. So I do like to look at that. So I will add page 264 and I will leave it there. When we go to the next day, making note, what I do is that I add in here pages, and I add again 264 as a way of review really quick. And then I continue to 265, and it just have one. So I think we can just go ahead and discuss that and go straight to 266. And we stop there, or depends if I see that it's long and he's interested. Usually I'm doing, and I am pretty much going to repeat this information for the next days, because it has various verses in here. So I get one by day and we discuss them, so it's easy for me. Key truth. Okay, so this is how I leave prayers and promises for boys, just like that. I don't add anything else. And we've been continuing during our Fridays funds, because we are about to finish the book. And because we finished his sticker book, that's what we usually do during our Fridays fun. So I would like just to continue the Bible Made Easy, and since we are about to finish this book, I would like just to continue on Fridays. It's something that he enjoys either way, so I would like to continue. I have already another book that I am planning on using with him during the summer, and probably just continue with it until we're done. But that's not the program that we're going to be using for our next year, for this upcoming year. I already had a program that I would like to use with him, and I will be sharing that eventually. But so far, this is what we have left from the Bible Made Easy, and how we're going to continue for this rest of the year. I am continuing with All About Reading. We are on All About Reading level 3, and we encounter a little bit of a slow period, and I felt like he was needing a little bit of a review. We are still working with our fluency, so that is okay. We are on lesson 43. That's the lesson that we're working with, 43 so far, and it's been working very well. We are about to finish this book. He has, let me see, this book goes on till, I think it's lesson 54. Yes, lesson 54. So we just have this little bit. It's not a lot. He's been working already with lesson 43, and he's working pretty good with this lesson. So I am assuming this will just stretch until this week, and then we will continue with lesson 44. And he's been working very well with All About Reading. It's a program that we really enjoy. So we don't have problems with All About Reading. and especially when you go when you use the book consistently as it's supposed to be, 20 minutes every day. That's how I like to do it, and it's been working very well for us. That section of the All About Reading that we encounter a little bit of issues is because, first of all, we were not being consistent, and second of all, he was having a little bit of issues with some of the phonograms, but we are past that and it's been working very well, and we are consistent again with the program, which is something that is good. So lesson 43, writing, WR, sorry. That's the sound that we're doing for R. And we are continuing with that. We already did pretty much that entire lesson. And we are just reviewing everything that we have to do with that lesson. So I would like to just add that. And I will add it in here as well. And while I am talking to you guys, I have my puppy pretty much destroying everything in here. I would like to finish strong. I would like to concentrate on that. We are a little bit not to what I was planning with some of the subjects, and that is something that I would like to just be working with. And in here I have ice cream, game. So I will need those ice cream cards. We are going to continue with first language lessons. He finished already. He's done with fixed grammar. So we are doing first language lessons. And this is from the Well-Trained Mind. And we are working, and sorry that I am just, because I have the camera here in the middle. So let me just add here the lesson that we're working with. So we are on lesson 31. That's the lesson that we are going to start. Lesson 31? Yes, lesson 31. We did lesson 31, the poem, and now we're going to start lesson 32. So lesson 32 is introducing interjections. Okay, so we have that there. Usually I add first language lessons here. I don't know why I added in here, but I already did. I am going to continue like that. So spelling, I will add a spelling there. We have All About Spelling. We've been working with All About Spelling. I do enjoy All About Spelling, but I've been noticing that once we get out of All About Spelling, for him to be putting in practice what he has learned, it's been a little bit complicated. I noticed that he's not being able to carry what he's learning with All About Spelling to the rest of his of the things that he's been doing. When we do writing, he still misspells some of the words, so I am not quite sure about that. I don't know if it is because we have to be a little bit more consistent with the program. We've been working just 2 days of the week with the program. I don't know if I need to just maybe work more often, more consistent with the program, but so far we are going to continue with it. He does like All About Spelling. I asked him about that in regards to that, and he says he still enjoys All About Spelling. So we're going to continue with All About Spelling, but I did notice that he's not been able to carry what he's been learning with some of the lessons that we've been working with. So I have to be a little bit more careful with that. We've been spending a lot on step 14, and that's something that has me a little bit worried. So I would like to just pay a little bit more of attention to that. Okay. Here we will do again first language lessons, and since I wrote that already there, might as well write it in here.
Lesson 32.
Okay, so that's that. And a spelling in here again. And we have dictation review, just like that. So I hope you guys are able to see that. Now I am going to be looking at writing. So here we will add writing. And I would like to add in here cursive for handprint. And I am adding it on Monday, but we might don't do these on Monday and we end up doing it on Tuesday, which is our regular day to do cursive. But every time I notice that he's going to or about to finish something, I just add more often what we were doing, probably 1 or 2 days a week. So we have cursive there. And here on Thursday we do manuscript. So that's what I am going to be adding. Actually, let's see. Yes, manuscript. And I think I am going to pause this video for a second because my dog is all over the place. Give me just 1 second. Okay, so I just grabbed my my puppy and she's now fine. She was just biting on our shoes. But here I have writing. I am not going to write anything for writing. We're doing all things fun and fascinating. This is from IEW and it's been working very well. We are reviewing the vocabulary. We are reviewing those symbols and abbreviations. We continue with that. And as well, we continue with the program. It's been working very well, but we are a little bit not to what I expect to be going with this program. We had a lot of doctor's appointments. We have some situations that were out of our control. And I just feel like we are not up to where we need to be. And I would like to we are right now playing a little bit of a catching up with the program. We are not that far from where I had it planned, but we are a little bit far. And I am trying to take it as slow as I can. Right now, he's been working with the bird with the tasty nest. So he is on lesson 11, and this program has 24 lessons, if I am not wrong. Yes, 24 lessons, and that will be the final review. So he is on lesson 11, and I was expecting to be around lesson 13, finishing pretty much lesson 13. And we are still on lesson 11. He's been working with this lesson. He already did his brainstorming of the elements of a style, but he's going a little bit slow, and I don't want to go and just try to have him work with it faster than he's been working. If he needs to take the time, he already detached this page. And that is what I am talking about when it comes to car schooling. It's just so difficult sometimes in the car. But he's been working with a bird with a testing nest, and this lesson we were supposed to be done already with it, and actually lesson 12 as well, which is honeybees. I actually like that. I wish I could just pair it with the science unit that we did for bees. I think I would like to review that, and I just being able to use it with these. But anyways, we are working with it. So I just want to leave it like that to see how we can play a little bit more with our writing. But so far, this is what I have for writing. So we are using IW, All Things Fun and Fascinating. IW is a program that we really liked. He does enjoy IW, and it's working very well for us. So I would like to continue with that. For math, we are doing primary mathematics, and I expressed already that I would like to wait for that. We've been using Simply Good and Beautiful again just to finish while we wait for those teacher guides for primary mathematics, because we would like to continue working with primary mathematics for the rest of the books. I have the book in here. Let me just show you guys what I have. So he's working with the first book so far. He's about to finish this book. So we are just working with measure and weight. We already finished measuring and weight. We are about to reach multiplication and division, but I notice he has a little bit of issues remembering his multiplication facts, and that's just fine. I just have to work a little bit more with him when it comes to that, and see how he's going to continue working this program. So far it's working very well. He enjoys this program, but he saw another program is mastery, and he felt more attracted to that program. He still enjoys this program. He said he likes this program a lot, and that is the reason why I decided to go with the teacher guys. He's still missing book 2B, and we are just reviewing, because when we did Simply Good and Beautiful, I noticed that it was not working with him. He was not understanding some of the concepts. Now that we've been working with primary mathematics, and he did, I think it was just 2 days ago, that he tried another lesson with Simply Good and Beautiful. I noticed that he worked way better with the Simply Good and Beautiful, and I think it's because the primary mathematics is been working with him, and that review that he just got, it just works very well. I like how they explain everything. I created a video in regards to that, just explaining why we were using this program, and I am not going to go through that again, but I just want to say that it's been working very well for us. Okay, so he has this book, which is primary mathematics. This is the textbook for 2A, and he has 2B as well, and those home teacher guides that I purchased are for these two books, and I purchased them used, and I will be sharing with you guys how those books how I am going to receive those books, if they are going to be in a good condition, and I will share with you guys where I purchased those books. Okay, so I will leave that blank because I am not quite sure if I am going to continue using the Simply Good and Beautiful with him. I might, since it's been so far working well again, but I think that the fact that we did primary mathematics and I just review all that information with him again did really help him. It did help. Okay, so now I will go for history and geography. And for history, we are doing the story of the world. We are doing as well America's story. And for America's story, we are on chapter 15. And that's what we're going to be continuing with, chapter 15. And for story of the world, we will be touching chapter 33. So we are about to finish the story of the world as well. So that is good to know. So I will add here pages and story of the world, chapter 33. And I would like to look at those pages. So let me see here. Actually, what am I saying? We are on chapter 33. Let's see. Yeah, chapter 33. And that will be page 301 for the first subtheme. Let's look. And I divide everything by subthemes. So I would like to go. Oh, I think this one doesn't have that many subthemes. Let's see. Yeah, so 2. So that will be page 304. So 301, 304. We continue with America's story here, chapter 15, pages, story of the world. Actually, here is geography, sorry. I'm gonna have to erase that. Let me use the white out. If I have it in my little world. We've been using as well History Alive. History Alive is a program that he's been enjoying, and we've been using it, and I think that is being quite helpful now that we are noticing that we don't enjoy America's story. And it's not that I don't enjoy America's story, it's just I notice some things, and he in fact is not enjoying the program. He finds like the information is just like he needs more information, and he said it's presented in a boring way. So I'm not quite sure about that. I feel a little bit sad because it is a Christian program. I do enjoy the program. I like that the information is that there's not a lot of information, and it gives you the alternative for you to be looking information and adding, depends on what you're interested in. And that is the reason why I add History Alive, which has been working very well. But there's something about America's story, and I will be sharing that eventually, that he is not really enjoying. So here I have America's story, chapter, pages. And that is a good way for you to know if a program is really working with your kid, because you are going to be noticing that they are not retaining the information, and it's probably because they are not enjoying the program. I am adding the games that we're going to be doing as well, some swam and money bags. I want to add more games for math as well, for language arts. So if you have any suggestions for games for math or language arts, please leave them down below, because that will be very helpful. We are continuing with as well with science. That will be skill sharpeners. And before we continue with science, let me just look 1 second here to the teacher guide for story of the world. See if I would like to add any particular reader. 33. Cortez. We have the narrations. I know that. Okay, events. Hernando Cortez. We are going to be doing these pretty short. These Conquistadors mask. That activity I think sounds fun. I would like to ask him just in case, but sounds good. So I think that's what we're going to be doing for Story of the World. I might add other activity for Story of the World as well. I would like to add those materials. In here, I usually, what I do is that I divide. So with the sub-themes, he will be reading, and then he will be reading again for this day. He will be giving me the narration, and then we will be moving on the next week when we do again a Story of the World, and he will be doing the reading for the sub-theme, the next sub-theme, and he will be after that doing the narration, and then we will do activities like that, just like that, how I am doing for this week. Sorry. Next thing we have is science, and I just expressed we are going a little bit not to what I have planned with science. And let me see right now. So we will have to be doing now the vocabulary practice, and this is for the organisms and ecosystems, the environment. So that's what we're working. So we have to do this activity as well. We have to do this one, and that's what we're going to be doing for science. So he is working right now with that, and this is the extinction activity for vocabulary. Specialized adaptations, actually. Specialized adaptations and extinction. Okay, so we are adding here. Skill sharpeners, science was something that we were doing twice a week, but I noticed that he was not retaining very well the information. By the time we got to the next day that we had to do science, he didn't remember quite a lot. He was not retaining quite a lot. I'm not quite sure if it's because he's not interested so much on the Van Moore's science, because we actually have reviewed this same information with other programs. We did as well Harcourt trophies for science. So I think because it feels like the information is repeated, he might be getting a little bit bored with it, even though I noticed that this has some vocabulary that he didn't went through with the Harcourt trophies, correct? So I would like to be looking into that. And I will leave this blank just to see how he works with this, if he is actually retaining the information. So I am doing a little bit of reverse planning with this planner for this week. I do like to plan ahead and have everything done completely, but I am doing a little bit of a reverse planning because first, we don't have those home teacher guides for math, which I would like to have prior I get to the second book. And second, because science is being a little bit wobbly, and when it comes to America's Story, well, I just expressed already, he's not been enjoying America's Story 1, so that is something that I have to take in consideration. With the Spanish, we are working very well. We haven't been as consistent, but we are still continue working very well. He's been doing Spanish a little bit. I noticed that he needed a little bit more review constantly, so I just add more days of Spanish. And now that we have the time, because we are about to finish some of the programs and we finished some of them, I would like to keep adding. Okay, and so far that's how it's been looking our next week. So I would like to just have this prepare. This same information that I add in here, I will be adding to our next planner, which is the one that I use when we're about to do car schooling. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I will see you then. In here I have those pen time books that I just expressed that we were doing with my kid. I would like to show you that before we leave. So this is how he's been working with his pen time. And pen time is working very well for us. So we've been enjoying that. Okay. And this is how he's been working with his pen time manuscript. And he's been doing both of them. So one goes on Tuesdays and one goes on Thursday. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.